Hello. Last year I grew some early potatoes in seaweed and leaves. No soil, no compost, no fertiliser. And it was quite successful. And there's videos on the channel that'll prove that. If you want to look back at them, you'll see last year's reveal in seaweed and leaves. So I'm doing it again this year. But I'm also trying something new this year. I'm trying to grow early potatoes in forest bark and wood chip. And because there are probably no nutrients in there, I've added some bloodfish and bone and some coffee grounds. But which will be best? Growing in seaweed and leaves or growing in forest bark and wood chip? There's only one way to find out. Let's check the progress on these pots. This is one of my pots of Winston in seaweed and leaves, and as you can see the bottom leaves are starting to turn yellow, so perhaps it's not too long until we harvest this potato. This is a potato called Foremost. It's a first early, just like Winston. This one's actually in flower, and this potato is growing in forest bark and wood chip. This is another Winston growing in seaweed and leaves. And this is Sharp's Express, growing in forest bark and wood chip. So now let's have a look at all four potatoes together. Okay, let's go from left to right. We've got Foremost in forest bark and wood chip. We've got Winston in seaweed and leaves. We've got Sharp's Express in forest bark and wood chip, and we've got Winston in seaweed and leaves. Now just looking at these, you'd have to say that the potatoes in the forest bark and wood chip look much bigger, and perhaps that's a characteristic of those particular potatoes, Foremost and Sharp's Express. Perhaps Winston doesn't put out foliage that tall. I don't know, but what I will say is that Winston have been in these 10-inch pots about 1 month longer than the Foremost and Sharp's Express in the wood chip, the forest bark and wood chip. So the potatoes in the seaweed and leaves have been in a month longer than the potatoes in the forest bark and wood chip. So I haven't decided how I'm going to harvest these yet. They should all get the same length of time in the pot if this is going to be a fair comparison, shouldn't they? So we'll let them grow out now. We'll wait till we get some more yellowing of leaves and we know that they're ready to harvest, and then we'll drop the pot, see what they've got, make that comparison. Who's your money on? You want to place a bet? What do you think? I know I'll get potatoes out of seaweed and leaves because I've done it. I did it last year, and as I've already said, there are videos on the channel that will show you me harvesting those potatoes. So I'm fairly confident that we'll get some potatoes from the two Winston. But Foremost and Sharp's Express, both growing in forest bark and wood chip, I'm not overly confident of what will come out there. If the tops are anything to go by, look to be healthy plants. But as we've said before in videos that I've made, it isn't the tops you eat, it's the bottoms. Before I sign off, I just want to let you know that I'm going to attach a short clip of film to the end of this video. I was out for a walk recently with Molly, and we captured just a little bit of film of a bird of prey. It's quite camouflaged. It's difficult to see once it goes along the lines of the rock face and perches. But I did manage to get an half decent shot of it, but I was a long way away and I couldn't see it with the naked eye. I had to have the camera on 30 zoom and I didn't have a tripod, but I've done the best I could, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. So this is Home Grown Veg signing out.